Hello everyone, setting up my bag for hole number 2 here, Expert Division, and you can see that I'm going to go with quarterback again. Now note I do have a quarterback 10, doesn't matter if you have an 8, 7 you can probably get away with, really not a big deal. I'm going to very gently power the ball, so not having as much as me is not a big deal. This is a very easy shot with quarterback, and there's absolutely zero reason to bring things like Extra Mile, Thor's Hammer. They're just not clubs that, Apocalypse. The accuracy is just too low. You run the risk of landing on the rough with a great ball. So not even worth messing around with. Just bring the safety clubs, and I bring... for my case, I bring quarterback as opposed to rock because mine, for me, has more topspin. Now, if it was the reverse, then I would bring the other. The actual distance number itself isn't going to matter. So, as you can see, expect even with this shot, a POC 5, no topspin, or no extra power. You don't need to do anything extra, but it could come down to perfect ball. In fact, you can look at the positioning. Had my opponent there, great balled it right, would that have still hit the fairway? It would have hit the rough. So he had basically, obviously he could have great balled it left, but he left no room for error to miss the other direction. So it was a risky shot, whereas mine is going to be straightforward, simple, not high risk at all. Let's just take a look at how many rings we have to play. And you can see that, there's 10 full rings down. You can see in the power, plus another 5 or so to the top end of the fairway. But additionally to that, there's about 2 below that. So we have about maybe 17 rings to play with. And I expect it to fly at least 12 down. So very gently with the power, you're going to see me use right around here, and you can see what I'm doing with my curl as well. Try to promote the ball coming back, and here you can see with very little, that's plenty. There's nothing wrong with what I did there. It's absolutely plenty. You don't even need to be that far. So I hit it probably about... and here you can see my opponent. He's not even close to max. You can't even see the plus yardage coming into play. Mine's going to be probably right at the base of plus yardage, which means I could have drove it, 12 yards shorter, 12 rings shorter. So do keep that in mind for your shot. And also, keep in mind where I am setting up. I'm not going to set up where my opponent is. I don't like that land zone. It gets a little too aggressive towards the north, and here you're actually seeing a great ball off towards the right. So, and there you go. So that's the reason that I don't use that land zone, as you can see, kind of a result as to what happened there. So be careful. You can see here's max. I'm not even quite at max, which means my ring adjustment, I'm going to keep a little bit under. But I am going to just barely topspin it, you can see. I don't even need to get that guide to the fairway, though. But I do play it right around 2 rings or so. And you can see right at the top of that shadow, and I'm probably about 2.5 rings in this situation. I'm going to stay just a little bit away from the edge here, but I'm also not going to go max. So I'm only going to go into the 7th ring, not to the full 8. So about 7.5 here for this ring adjustment. Of course, I catch perfect ball, and you'll see that my ball is landing beyond the rough. So here you can see it lands much past the rough, even though my ball guide didn't. That has to do with the expansion of the ball guide due to wind effect. So keep it in mind, the wind effect, gave me an easy chance to pull that shot off. So knowing about your wind effect, always keeping it in mind when you're going to shoot is important. especially for approaches, with sniper, anything like that. You don't need to visually see that ball guide. You just need to, more than anything, pick a land zone, try to replicate that land zone, and then just trust your ring adjustment. Trust your ring adjustment. Trust, that the ball guide is doing what it's intended to do. And, all will be okay if you do that. And here you can see we're actually going to pick up a victory here with a eagle. And it just comes from getting a bit too aggressive. And that's one of the biggest reasons that I don't set up like that for this par 5. And I kind of stick to my landing zone. I could have great balled it and I wouldn't have hit the rough. So good luck with that hole, guys. I think you'll have, an easy eagle if you take my advice. Don't bring the wrong clubs. It's just, a much safer approach to go about playing that hole the way that I did. So I do highly recommend that for you guys. And good luck with your rounds there on that hole. Hope you guys can get it. And be on the lookout for hole 3 coming up.